So good afternoon everyone. Our topic for today is all about the animal production and industrial arts. So under the industrial arts we have the handicrafts.
Prospects of animal raising. And the prospect of animal raising can vary depending on various factors like region, market demand, technology, and sustainability practices. There are some key prospects to consider for animal raising. So, demand for animal products. With a growing global population, there is an increasing demand for animal products such as milk, meat, milk, egg, and wool. So, kailangan ng mga produkto dito para kailangan ng produkto dito para matugunan ang kanang ilang pangailangan. Mao mas daghan jud o dagbuhi og mga hayop. Then sustainable and ethical practices. Consumers are becoming more conscious of how animals are raised, with increasing interest and ethically sourced and sustainably produced products. So, ang mga mamimili daw ay mas interesado pa sila sa kanang mga produktong kuan, produktong na nagaling sa tao mag-alaga. Then, technological advancement. Advancement in breeding techniques such as genetic selection and AI help improve livestock productivity, disease resistance, and overall health. So, ang technology kay nakunin sa tabang kung magkulit ang hayop kay for example, lagi mong hayop magkasakit, kung sa karana, dito sa kung pagkuhan sa pag-fix sa health and nutrition trends. With growing interest in alternative proteins like plant-based meat, but animal-based protein continues to be in demand due to its nutritional value and challenges and risks. Animal diseases such as avian flu, foot and mouth disease pose significant risk to animal raising industries, which require better biosecurity measurements. So, usa gini sa challenges ang kanang buhay kayo kay kanang mga sakit. Kaya dapat jud nga naay kanang taong na utanganan ba na. Policy and economic factors, government policies, subsidies, and trade agreements play an important role in shaping the viability and profitability of animal raising industries. Okay, so let's move on to selecting the right types and breeds of farm animals. Okay, so in selecting the right types and breeds of farm animals is crucial in animal production, as it directly impacts the efficiency, profitability, and sustainability of the operation. Importance of So there are four types of animal selection in production. First is production efficiency. Can we read the Modalo? Production efficiency. Different breeds have varying levels of productivity in terms of meat, milk, eggs, or wool. Selecting breeds known for high yields and the desired product can significantly increase overall production efficiency and profitability. Okay, so the different breeds have different levels of productivity in terms of meat, milk, eggs, or wool. So if your desired product is meat, you should choose animals that can produce less of meat or good quality of meat. Next is adaptation to environment. Farm animals are adapted to specific environments, with some breeds thriving in hot climates, while B for extension treatment to improve the overall health of the herd or flock.
So if you have plan to kanang mag-breed animals, you should choose kanang animals or breeds that kanang dili siya dili kanang makuha ng sakit. So in order to kanang reduce the need for expensive treatment, pero di ka magastuhan kanang mga
Kapalit ang mga medicine.
so choose kanang right types of breeds or animals. Next is temperament and handling. Some breeds are known for their docile nature and ease of handling, while others can be more aggressive or difficult to manage. So in handling kanang animals, you should choose animals na dili siya kanang lisod alagaan like mga aggressive or kanang mga aggressive na animals. So kanang dili na pwede mo mga animals na mga silent ra siya kanang kung anong i-handle or kanang alagaan. Okay, so let's move on to breed selection consideration. So first is intended purpose. The primary goal of the production system, whether it's meat, milk, eggs, wool, or other products, should be the very factor in breed selection. So if your goal is to have a lot of eggs, I mean, if your goal is to have lots of meat, you should choose animals that can produce lots of meat like mga pitol, mga cow, and other animals that can produce meat. And next is local climate and conditions. The climate and environmental condition of the farm are critical considerations. Breeds adapted to the local climate will be more resilient, require less specialized care, and have bigger overall. So like what I said earlier, na dapat ang imong alagaan na kanang animals is appropriate atin na climate at Pilipinas para na sila kanang maayo ang ilang overall health. And next is disease prevalence. Researching the prevalence of specific disease in the areas is crucial. Choosing breeds with natural resistance to this disease will reduce the risk of outbreak and minimize the need for extensive treatment. So, as the owner of the kanang animals, we should know kung sa mga sakit na nasa inyong lugar. So, para ma-avoid na siya disease and dapat dili ka madakal sa mga gasto. Next is market demand. The market demand for specific breeds and products should be considered. Selecting breeds that meet market preferences and standards can ensure a consistent and profitability market for the farmer's product. So, if mabaligya ka ng mga meat or eggs, it should have a good quality or ang price is ma-afford na sad sa mga mamalit kaya aron siya para consistent ang mga customers. And lastly is farmer experience and resources. The farmer's experience and available resources should also be factored into the decision. Selecting breeds that align with the farmer's experience and available resources will ensure that the animals receive appropriate care and management. So, if mag-breed kag animals, it should kanang kaya ni or kahibaw ka mo alaga like kanang mga baboy kanang nakaka-experience sa pag-alaga. So, mao na yung dapat kanang kung anong butikon.
Kasi makupot are.
Okay, so now let's proceed to poultry raising. So, poultry refers to birds in homes raised for meat and eggs. So, poultry raising is the process of raising birds in homes domestically or commercially for eggs, meat, and feathers. It is one of the most well-known industries in the Philippines, especially in the rural areas. So, ang kining poultry raising is well-known din siya sa mga bukid-bukid. Poultry raising includes chicken, quails, and pigeons. So, raising chickens is a backyard enterprise that any family can do in a 4-wall at home. So, chickens chickens are raised for their eggs and meat. Chicken meat is main source of protein. So, raising chicken is pwede na siya sa mga backyard sa balay. So, affordable na din kayo siya sa mga family na mag-alaga og chicken because maka-raise ka man if bisan wala akong breeds of chicken. First is layer. Layer is a good breed for egg production. Next is broiler, raised for fattening breeds which are good for meat production. So, ang broiler is kanang tambong kanang mauli siya kanang turmi kuan sa meat production. So, the native chicken is the best type for meat and egg production. Next is single cam white leghorn. So, the best breed for producing egg. Poultry breeds. Chickens for commercial purposes should be given balanced food to hasten growth and production. So, if you are raising chicken, you need to give them balanced food para mas dali ang ilang pag-growth and production. Kinds of poultry feeds. First is star mash. So, feeding star mash is for newly hatched chicks 8 to 10 weeks old. So, it should contain 23% protein. Next is growing mash. For chicks aged 8 to 10 weeks up to 5 months. It contains 50% protein and is given to promote growth rate just enough for the chick's body and internal organs to develop in time for its laying stage. Laying or developer mash, given when chickens are already 19 weeks old to prepare for them for laying eggs. It should contain 14% protein and given 3 times to 4 times a day. So now let's move on to tips in raising commercial breeds of chicken. First is provide newly hatchings with light so they can keep themselves warm. So, kanang imo jud ang kanang mga bagong buak nga kanang chicken, you need to provide sa light. Bagong itlog. Newly hatch man, newly hatch. Bagong napisa. Ipos sa bagong itlog lagi. Okay, so dapat mag-provide ka tayo para ma-maintain ang ilang warm. But rock warm is around the light to protect them from getting hurt. Second is feed chickens regularly. So, raising chicken, you need to feed them regularly. So, feed them 2 to 3 times a day and make sure they also have enough water. Okay, so next is quails. Quails is known as kubo. They are small but very productive birds. A smaller capital is needed in raising them because it can be done in simple, suitable, and comfortable housing units. So, raising quails, affordable na siya because needed na siya the smaller capital. Kaya mapwede naman siya sa simple, suitable, and comfortable housing units. So, breeds of quails. First is Japanese Seto. So, Japanese Seto has rust maroon feathers at the base of its head. It is a heavy producer. Next is Japanese Taiwan, known as Chinese quail. The male has navy reddish feathers on the underside, while the female has gray underside. Native, so the native is the common pugo found in the fields and even in forests. So, ang kaning native is makita din siya sa fields and forests. They are not suitable for commercial production. Next is negro. So, ang kaning negro is black or grayish black. Tuxedo, black with a white spot on the breast. The last one is silver. So, ang kaning silver is white with black eyes. Feeding sa kanang quails, first is feed the quails with chicken feed. So, ang kanang tubong sa kanang chicken is pwede
baboon. So, kanang buwak nga baboon, pwede rin na siya kanang butnan o tubong para sa mga quails. Third is provide them a drinking trough. They can be fed at night to provide their cage with adequate light. So, ang kaning quails kay need siya tubungan o ganang gabi. So, ang iyang cage you need to put lights. Okay, so last, pigeons. So, pigeons are raised for their squab. The meat of a 56-day-old pigeon which commands a high price in the market. So, ang kaning pigeons, ang 26-day-old na pigeons kay mas mahal din siya sa market. Because this is one of the exotic delicacies in some hotels and restaurants. So, mga dong mahal din siya pigeons. Ang breed of pigeons first is mundane. So mundane and earthbound breed, it comes in two different types, the American and European French mundane. Next is white and red carneo, known for their large size and suitable for squab production. So ang kaning white and red carneo is mga dagko. Next is king, originated in US as a utility breed. It is also suitable for squab production. Lastly is Hungarian. So Hungarian can lay eggs and is mostly used by restaurants for their recipes. Ang kaning Hungarian is kasagaran din siya na yung recipes sa mga restaurants. Feeds for pigeons, grains, palay, corn, bumbo, hadios, and sorghum. Pigeon fillet, one feeder is bought for one pair. Drinking through a small plastic jar that is about 10 centimeters. So, health consideration in raising animals. First is keep the backyard clean and sanitary. So, if you are raising animals, you need to keep the backyard clean para sa comfortable ang mga animals. Number 2, keep the animals in their feet. So, dapat din siya ikaw sa cage, hindi siya kalpasagdan lang sa gasa. Third, isolate sick animals immediately and consult a veterinarian at once. So if you are raising sick animals, you need to isolate sila, ilahin yun sila sa mga okay pa mga animals, and also consult a veterinarian at once.
Di siya pwede.
Fourth, number 4 is be good and gentle to animals. So, if you are raising an animals, you need to be good and gentle. Dili kayo bulag-bunalan or pasakitan ang mga animals. 5 is wash hands and footwear before and after attending to backyard animals. So, para sa hinlo ka, you need to wash hands and footwear. Then, after sa cage, you need to wash also.
Uy, nag-ito.
So next is we have here the swine racing. So what is swine racing? So a swine racing, it is a racing pigs that are very popular. So racing pigs is a very popular enterprise in the Philippines because there is a profitable backyard producers which dominate the swine industry and a healthy, viable commercial section. They can be sold alive at a livestock market or perhaps processed into pork for home use and local livestock. So many people kay magbuhig din sila og mga baboy kay superior in both weight and in speed conversation. And underperformance under a condition is better than any weapon. So, kanang tingnan na rin underperformance under a condition is better than in any weapon. So, mas maayo lang sila ato sa white bread sila kuhan kay murag mas makasurvive sila kung murag kama ng condition sa inyong mga kuhan. O dila sa kanang yung bangkal kay kahoy balay tao. The next is the Hampshire. So the Hampshire, they are black with white belt around the shoulder. So short leg and body thickness. So black sila pero na white sa ilaha kanang shoulder. Makita ka na to dito na siya white, dili siya kanang kuan, naka-straight ra jud siya dapit sa iyang abaga. Then the sows are noted for winning a high percentage of pigs. Followed and are adaptable to very rugged conditions. So, kaya sila, isang pag-rug ang condition, walay maayo ang takkan, kaya na nila mag-survive, unlike the other breeds. Then next is we have the Berkshire. So, the Berkshire, these are black with 4 white feet. So, itong sila, pero ang ilang tiil na yung mga puti. Then, sa ako ba kay na white sa face, then, ang ilang dugan kay erect pod. Then, the breed is meaty and adaptable to rug condition. Adaptable hapon sila sa rug condition, then maayos ang daw ilang carne. Then, the length, depth, or balance of their body are good growth and are not efficient in converting to feed to gain weight. So, next is the Betrain. So, this is a meaty type of pig with black and white spots on their body. So, unlike sa usa ka ganina nga kanang Berkshire o katong usa Berkshire o Hampshire, ang Betrain kay kanang nagpatak-patak jud ang ka-black niya. Then the hump shoulders are lion and wheel-shaped. Well-shaped daw yung lawas, then erect sa langilahang dunggan. Then the carcass has a high lean meat percentage but poor body constitution. So maayo daw ang ilahang karne pero poor body constitution sila. Then proteins is only worthwhile in process but not as purebred because it is highly susceptible to stress. So we have here the guide in selecting a breed. So, yeah, in choosing breed, this is what you should follow. So, first is young female swine should have a minimum of 6 pairs of well-developed and properly scaled functioning teats. So, if magkuhan daw ka o kanang mga breed sa baboy, imong pilion daw kay kanang kung female ha, kay more on female man ko lang palit baboy kay para managhan. So, if female imong paliton, dapat well developed na ay 6 pairs sa putoy. Then, kanang maayo sila mga gatas. Then, kanang mamali mo daw sila putoy. Then, sa look, body sows are desirable because the more space created for other development. So, dapat daw kay kanang dagkog lawas nga pautay ka sa lawas nga baboy. So, body width should be uniform from front to rear. So, dapat kanang pantay gani siya dili kay asymmetrical ang forma sa iyang lawas di kay diri dako yang abaga diri gamay. So, dili na siya pwedeng ana, dapat magpili kag baboy. Dapat magpili kag baboy, dapat kanang pantay siya. So, kanipod, if sa usa, di ba, example, mo palit kong baboy, kanang naa dito ka ng bagong lutas, mato mo, inig mo, pili gani mo, kung unsa daw ang pinakadako mo, daw imong piliyon. Then, So equal size technicals. Then pig have been proven and tested with traits that can overcome the defects of the herd. So example, mapalit ka, mangutana jud ka or observe jud ka sa ilahang baboy sa inahan kung maayo pa siya nga pagkababoy. So housing of swine or pig. So generally, pig should be 4 to 6 months old at the time of selection. So ingana ba siya sa mag-select. So pero sa ato di ba may mga month lang o dali may mga kaliton. Then to ensure maximum performance of pig houses must be constructed properly. So dapat na sila ilang kaugalingon ka bahay food. Dili kay sa silong lang sa bahay, sa punuan lang sa kahoy. Kay syempre kanang may nararamdaman din sila. Then a poorly built house, pig house, may create problems such as disease. So if wala sila katong bahay, for example, yuta lang, niya mawalan sila, so magkasakit na sila. An example kanang basta magkasakit sila. Then choose cheap and locally available materials like bamboo and dipa for small operation or backyard operation. So, mga taong gingon, maghibog payag, pwede ra ganang di lang kayo gastuhan, pwede ra gawayan, ya kanang atog kay ipa lang or kubod. Or to. Then, construction pig houses on a slightly sloping will not become too moody or inconvenient to work in. So, if ingana na ang bay, dili na kaya na sila magkalakok, di ba, muwan. So, here are some feeding guidelines in raising pigs or hogs. So, first is, when pigs are about 1 week of age, start feeding them with good pre-starter ration. So, di ba, if bata pa, kaya katong itubong sila, mga pre-starter pa lang. So, starter ration is given to pigs from weaning until 2 months of age and weighing about 10 to 25 kilograms. Then if mga dako-dako na gani sila, maabot na sila og 15 to 20 weeks, ang kuha na niyo na sila kay grower. Grower na natugong. Then pag kuha na gani, if last kanang marag tigwang na sila, maabot na sila og 20 weeks old, kuha ma-reach na nila ang 60 kilograms, so finisher na ang tubungan na nila. And then, so next is, when formulating a simplified ration, always remember that it should always contain sufficient protein and adequate amounts of vitamins and minerals. Then, kung pag-buwan ganito o ganang tubong sa baboy, dapat i-sure na to nga kana sila mga tubong is nanay ka ng mga vitamins nga maayo para sa atong baboy. Then, kanang clean drinking water must be provided at all times. So, dapat di ay ang imnon sa baboy kay limpiusad. Dili ka nang murag ka nang hinugas, mga unsa diha kay syempre bakat na ang ilang mga intestine or ang ilang health intestine. So, ilang ko na ganyan. So now let's proceed to and let's proceed to common animal feast. Animal feast are despised animals that can cause damage to property, crops, or human health. They can invade homes, gardens, and other areas, causing of nuisance and sometimes causing trade. So, common animal waste, kaya mauna sila ang mga pinagulanahan ng mga animals, kaya ng mga animal na kaya maghatag na sa atong problema, sakit, o makadamage na siya sa atong kanimalay. So, example of common animal waste are the racoons. So, racoons are known for their stopping habits that can cause damage to the gardens, trash cans, and even roads. So, ang racoons ko, kay maghatag na siya damage. Ang ilang habits kay maghatag ng damage sa gardens, trash can, maupay na sa trash can, o makakuha na siya makahandog na sa katoa. So, next is deer. So, can cause significant damage to gardens and landscaping by eating plants and flowers. So, katawag na under kay parihan na sa kanting, ang nakalaki lang kay ang sungay. Kay
kay under kay kanang mga daghan sa mga nasungay niya kani kay dito. Parehara tao kanon kanang mga dahon. So next is snakes. Snakes can be nuisance in homes and gardens, and some species can be venomous. So ang tawag na ang snakes kay kanang naagi na siya kay kanang virus di mga lang makamatay sa atuan. So ang snake makita natin sa garden o even sa atuang panimalay. So next is rats and mice. Can spread diseases, contaminate food, and cause damage to property. So ang rats o ang mice kay mga na siya makahatag na siya og disease sa atuang. Kay makadamage na siya sa atong property or sa atong mga simina kay ilang magkaroon ng atong mga simina o mga kuko. So next is squirrels. Can show on roofing, wood, and wires causing damage to homes. So ang squirrels kuno kay usog na sila mga ulog ka ng mga gawin sa balay, kanang mapalitan ng mga kahoy, kanang mga wires na makakos o damage sa atong panimalay. So next is skunks. Skunks are known for their unpleasant odor and can spray a foul-smelling liquid with repellent. So ang skunks ko no kay makuha na siya, maghatag na siya og baho na mag-spray sa foul temper makakuyap ito ang iyang baho kung magkuha na siya manginit. So next is birds. So birds can become a nuisance when they nest in homes or buildings. So makasabot yun na ang birds no kung maghimog balay sa ato, maghimog sa ato ang panimalay kay sahay mga tae, mga daga o magsakop din siya. So next, so common animal diseases. So animal diseases can affect the health and well-being of livestock and wildlife. It can cause illness, death, and economic losses for farmers, rashes. So, ang common animal diseases kay maka-affect na siya sa mga well-being sa ato ba o sa mga iban pa. Makahatag na siya og sakit o posibleng makamatay. So, example of common diseases are the anthrax, blackwater, rabies. So, anthrax is highly infectious and fatal diseases that affects food-eating animals. O mga affected animals ang anthrax. So, blackwater is a bacterial disease that primarily affects young cattle. So, ang blackwater ko no, kaya maka-affect na siya sa mga gagmay ng bayan ng mga baka. Makita na ito na sila sa baka. So, next is rabies. It's a viral disease that can affect a variety of mammals, including dogs, frogs, and bats. So, kinahanglan nato pa-injeksyonan ng atong mga ilo kay aron mawa ang ilang rabies kay ang rabies makamatay. Next is blue tongue. It's a viral disease that primarily affects sheep but can also affect cattle. So ang blue tongue kay dili lang sa cattle na pamamagitan, makakuha ko siya sa sheep, makahatag og sakit. Magdo ang ilahang hila. So next is pox. It's a highly contagious disease that affects sheep and can cause significant mortality. So usa ko na siya sa animal disease. So next is tetanus. It's a bacterial disease that can cause a variety of animals including horses and doves. So ang mga maikuan ng mga sakita ay ang mga horse o ang mga doves. So next is jaundice. It's a chronic contagious enteritis that affects cattle, sheep, goats, and buffaloes. So ang kanukuan, maka-affect na siya sa mga ito na gagmay o sheep, na goats, sa mga baka. So next is foot rot is a common cause of blindness in cattle. So kung maulan siya ito sakit sa animal, diseases ka ng foot rot. So next is ringworm. It's a fungal disease that affects the skin of the cattle. So kung sa may nakasuway dili og bumi, so ang ringworm, maulan na siya then sipag. Ano to?
Okay, so next is common hand tools. Okay, so in handicrafts, a variety of hand tools are used depending on the type of craft being worked on. So, example is scissors. So, this is the scissors. So, scissor is essential for cutting paper, fabric, thread, and other materials. So, kita naman scissors for sewing, embroidery, or beading. Includes hand sewing, needles, embroidery needles, and tapestry. Tapestry needle. So this is the example of needle. So muna siya gamitin sa pag-thread sa clothes. Next is cutting mat. A protective surface for cutting with knives or rotary cutters, especially in paper, crafts, quilting, or model painting. So this is the example of cutting mat. Next is the craft knife or X-acto knife. A sharp utility knife used for precision cutting in paper craft, scrapbooking, and other detailed work. So this is the example of craft knife. Mura siya kanang basta pangkata siya sa mga cutter. O mura siya cutter na pangkata siya sa mga papers, craft, mga scrapbooking. Next is pliers. Okay, so pliers used in jewelry making for bending wire, gripping, and shaping metal or other materials. So this is the example of pliers. So muna siya ang gamiton kung nakakay ka ng mga wire na kanang mga pang-liwi sa wires or kanang pang-shaping sa mga metal na materials. Next is the ruler or measuring tape. It is for measuring materials and ensuring accuracy in projects like quilting, woodworking, or sewing. This is the example of measuring tape. So, ano siya ang gamit sa pag-measure. Next is tweezers. Okay, so useful for small delicate tasks like applying embellishments or handling tiny pieces. So, tweezer is mao siya gamiton kada mga kung naakay gamitan niya mga gagmay siya mga pieces, so mao na siya ang gamiton ng tweezers. Next, ang owl. It is a pointed tool for making holes in materials like leather, wood, or fabric. So, mao na siya. This is the example of hole. So, mao siya ang kanang gamiton kung naakay buho kanang bumuan like kanang mga leather, mga wood, or mga fabric. So, all ang imong gamiton. Next is hammers and mallets for shaping, assembling, or setting items like nails, tacks, or jewelry components. So kanang kita kung familiar naman sa hammers, no? So, mao ni siya for kanang ano siya. Okay, pang-set siya sa mga items, kanang mga lukon, ng mga items like nails, tacks, and jewelry components. Next is chisels, used in woodworking and carving to shape wood or other materials. So, ang chisels is only siya ang only siya gamiton if mag-carving ka o wood, so, only ang chisel gamiton mo mag-carving ka o wood or mag-shape ka o wood. Next is thread and yarn needles. So, larger needles which specifically designed for knitting thicker yarn or thread in crochet, knitting, or macrame. So, this is the example of thread na gamiton pag kanahimo o kuan, pagkahiyong yarn, and then this is the yarn. Next is glue gun. A hot glue gun is used for quick adhesion of materials like fabric, paper, plastic, production like bags and slippers. So mo ni siya ang kanang punuan sa abaka, then padung na siya sa process kaya paghimo sa iya. Then here is a yes. Then here is an example of an abaka products na katong slippers. Then kani nakita man sa Shopee, diba? Lunch bag, may natin. So it is made of abaka. Then daghan pag products na made of abaka. Then the next is bamboo. So this is a kind of grass that used in making most of Filipino-made furniture. So versatile and highly reliable raw material. So diba sa ato mostly sa atong bahay na dito yung mga kanang kawat kanang bamboo nga mga lingkuranan kay kanang kuan siya, affordable siya. Then yes, an example of bamboo. Kailangan gamitan tanan sa bamboo no. So here is an example sa mga panigang from bamboo like tumbler. Inspired na siya sa bamboo niya. Bamboo sa nag-iwan banalan na kanang kuan sa ilaw kanang dili kanang malagintay ba kanang aluminum nga tumbler inato siya pagporma. Then kani kay kanang bamboo nga butanganan sa kanang mga baso gani inana. So next is we have here the bori. Pero sa Bisaya it is also known as buli, right? So extracted from the matured leaves of the bori palm, the fiber is durable and resistant to moisture. So mo na ang buli, bori, and if kanang buhi pa, then mo ni siya if kanang tingkatunga o giwa na gani ibang because na sila, then here is an example sa bori products like pay-pay, di ba? Then kaning mga bag, or siya paper bag o forma, pero bori ang gananan. Then the very common is the banig, right? Sa una ng mga panahon, ingatan dyan ang gamit. Next is the coconut shells. So, wala kami natong uling na day, no? Ang magkuhan sa coconut shells. Then, other than that, napag-juday na ipapuhan ko magana. So, if there's one kind of tree that you can surely say abundant in its country, so coconut jute, kaya daghan yun na siya sa Pilipinas. Then, it is agricultural waste and is available in plentiful quantities throughout tropical countries worldwide. And then, aside from the tasty coconut fruit and the strong plants of cocoa lovers that this tree produces, craftsmen also find it useful. Mga useful sa day ang bagol or ang shells ani. So here is an example of coconut shells product. So pwede din siya imuon nga patulis. Then kaya siya very siya baso, luwag, di ba? Luwag very common. Gamit dyan ay gapon kaayo nga ang mga kanang bagol labi na wala na. So next is the rattan. This material is often used in making furniture. So in a typical Filipino house, you will see a set of furniture made with rattan. But a bamboo-like wood which is more hollow and solid. So di ba sa usa ka bike, wala gani sila lipuranan na kanang kawayan na adjud na ang kanang mga rattan. Familiar mo sa rattan, naman siya sa bukid kanang murag kanang gahi ni siya pagili siya iikot. Hindi siya pagyawan. So here is an example of a rattan products. Pwede siya yung chandelier. Then gani mga basket kita surahan. Dili siya surahan kanang ang design din. Kaning bangko, di ba? Very common sa Dasia.
So now let's proceed to suggested crafts in handicrafts. So handicrafts offer a wide range of creative possibilities from traditional techniques to modern innovations. So ang handicrafts ko no, kay siya offer na siya a wide range of creative possibilities from traditional techniques to modern innovations. So here are some popular and enjoyable crafts for beginners and experienced creators alike. So first is textile crafts. So textile dyeing. Experiment with vibrant colors and patterns by dyeing fabric using natural or synthetic dyes. You can create unique tie-dye designs hangers, jewelry, and other decorative items. Macrame is a great way to add a bohemian touch to your home. So, ang macrame, dahil makamatag na siya o makaangay na siya sa atong panimalay, kaya pwede na siya i-design, pwede mo na siya i-shop in the year. So, paper crafts. Paper flowers create realistic looking flowers from paper using various techniques such as origami, killing, or paper crafting. So, parihan ng mga neon, kaya makapurma matagingan nyo, kanang nakita na mao, magkakawa ka sa YouTube.
Pinterest.
So next is card making. So design and create personalized greeting cards for birthdays, holidays, or special occasions. So, pwede na ito mag-himo o ka ng mga card para ihatag nato sa ating mga mahal sa buhay. Pwede na punta ng YouTube para makapurmatag mana. So next is paper killing. This intricate art form involves ruling and shaping strips of paper to create delicate designs. Killing is a great way to create intricate artwork, jewelry, or even decorative elements for cards and scrapbook page. So, kaling paper killing kaya pwede nila ito i-design sa ating balay o pwede po i-design sa card natin on. So, word boarding. Personalized wood signs stencils. Create wood signs using stencils to personalize your home decor. So, makahimo ka gamit ang kahoy, makabura ka o mga pangan para imong i-design sa balay. So, next is DIY brown wood design. Make a unique and personalized signs for your home as a gift. So, as a person, hanggang mo nato magkakita sa ugalingon. Manitan ka na. Mahimot naging anak. So remember, handicrafts are not only about creating beautiful objects, they are also about learning new materials, living skills, fostering mindfulness. So now let's proceed to project and project plan. So a project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. It has a defined beginning and end, special goals, and a set of resources dedicated to achieving those goals. So kung mahimo kang project, kailangan lumungkong o ang servisyo nimo para mahuman yun ang inyong ganahan na mahimo. So next, the importance of project planning. Project planning is a crucial for several reasons. So first is clear objects. So a project plan defines the project goals and objectives, ensuring everyone involved understand that it needs to be achieved. So kailangan mag-imo ka o project, kailangan nimo o clear na objectives kung sa imong buhaton o sa imong ganahan na ma-achieve. So next is organization and structure. It is provide a framework for organizing tasks, assigning responsibilities, and managing resources effectively. So next is time management. A well-defined schedule helps manage deadlines, track progress, and identify potential bottlenecks. So, kung hindi ko mag-project, kailangan natin tayo ng time management. Time management para makipagpapakita sa iyong buhaton ay ano mga sa
stakeholders. So next is increased success rate. Studies show a strong correlation between effective project and project success. So kung magplano ka, kailangan mo yung manon para ma-success ang imuhang project. So key elements of project plan. A comprehensive project plan typically includes the following components. So first is project charter, a high-level document that defines the product's purpose, goals, scope, stakeholders, and initial budget. Next is Statement of Work or SOW, a detailed description of the project's deliverables, tasks, timelines, and milestones. Okay, so next is Work Breakdown Structure, WBS, a hierarchical breakdown of the project scope into smaller manageable tasks. So next is schedule, a timeline that outlines the start and end dates for each task, including dependencies and milestones. So kailangan kung mag-project, kailangan na add siya yung schedule, ganahan kung saan mo ganahan makuman. So next is budget, a financial plan that outlines the project's estimated costs, including resources, labor, and materials. So kung magplano ka o kung sa kabalay, kailangan mo yung panahon o intrinda ang magasto para ang magtrabaho or ang mag-labor tayo. Tuloy-tuloy sila sa ilang paghimo, kaya anong dito makaman. So next is resource plan, a list of the resources required for the project, including personnel, equipment, and materials. So kung magplano ka o kung mag-impalay, kailangan mo planuhan din ang mga materials or ang mga budget or bala-balaon din po para di ka ma-short sa last. So next is communication plan, a plan that outlines how information will be shared among team members, stakeholders, and other relevant parties. Next is change management plan, a plan that outlines the process for managing changes to the project scope, schedule, or budgets as it is their impact and outlines mitigation strategies.
Okay, so next is project planning. Project planning in handicraft is essential for success, especially as project generation is difficult to integrate. So here are the steps to consider. First is integrate define your project. Idea generation. What do you want to create? Consider your skills, interests, and desired outcome. Look for inspiration in books, magazines, online resources, or your own imagination. Okay, so if you create a kanang handicraft, you should know kung unsa imong kanang imong himuon or kanang like magkuan kag mga inspiration sa magazines or Pinterest. And then next is project scope. Project scope design on the size, complexity, and materials needed. Set realistic goals and avoid overflowing yourself. So in project scope, okay, so kanang ipagimo pag handicraft, so it should kanang ibaw ka sa size or kanang unsa ang iyong difficulty sa paghigo and then sa mga materials na kinahanglan. And kanang set realistic goals and avoid overwhelming yourself. So kanang dili kay ka mag-expect kung kanang nanindog imong kuan, imong gihimo ka handicraft. Next is target audience. So is this project for understanding your audience can help refine your design. So if your target audience is kanang mga teenagers, so dapat suitable sa budget. Set ka ng araw dili kay kung kay para baligya ka makaibaw ka kung naka kay kung siya mo ibaligya kay makadinan siya kay makaibaw ka kung naka kuan baka nakadinan siya baka sa ibaligya. Next is design and sketching.
First is visualize. Create sketches or drawings of your project, paying attention to proportions and details.
Okay, so parang no, if nakakainin ko, dapat naka-sketches or drawings para mauna to siya silbi ka ng blueprint mo ba? If para yung example, if tahi or dress mo, dapat naka-sketches kay aron siya ng bilis, ng dahil ng ibang. Next is experiment. Experiment with different materials and techniques to find what works best for your project. So, if mag-ipo ka mga masuka, so if mag-ipo ka mga kung ano materials, so kanang mag-experiment ka ng different materials, if nindot siya quality, so mao tayo gagawin ng materials. Next is refine and lyric increase. So dalong sa refine. Make adjustments to your design based on your experimentations and feedback from others. Okay, so in your file, so kanang if naa kay mga products mo, if kanang ang mga feedback is kanang buwangan sa mga design, you should kanang put kanang imo siya kung ano design if ang feedback sa mga clients is kanang buwangan or nasobrahan sa design, dapat imo siyang i-change based sa mga feedback sa iyong clients. Next is for set data timeline. So, it's the time allocators suitable ang mga step to reach them. Here is the example. Okay, so if mag-ibo ka ganang kuan mga kanang handicrafts, it should have a kanang naa kay i-allocate niya time aron dili pa usik ang imong adlaw. So, next is set deadlines. Establish deadlines for completing each stage to stay on track. So, kanang if mag-ibo ka kuan dapat kanang nakaset ang deadline kung kano sa siya mahuman para sa kanang yes like what I said earlier nga dapat aron dili mausik imo time sa pag-ibo lang sa usa ka product.
Okay, so number 5, execute and track progress. First is follow your plan. Please read the please.
Adhere to your project plan as closely as possible. Make adjustments if needed, but don't deviate significantly.
Okay, so execute and track progress. First is follow your plan. So if nakakita na ka ang plan, you need to follow. But kung ano mga kailangan i-improve or i-adjust, dapat mo i-adjust, but dili din siya nimo i-change. Okay, mahimo na nimo. Second is document progress. Take photos or notes during the process. So if kana paghimo nimo sa plan, you need kana paghimo mag-picture ka o more mag-notes ka sa mga giusab sa paghimo ana ang mga process niya. Then this helps with troubleshooting and allows you to see your progress. Pag if kana mag-notes ka, makatabang na siya if kana na ay mga makalimtan nimo and ano mo kung naabay na-improve. Celebrate milestone. Acknowledge and celebrate your achievements along the way. So, if isang dili na dako nga achievements, you need to celebrate kay basta you need to celebrate. This keeps you motivated and encourage you to continue. So, kanang if na kay mga na-achieve sa pag-celebrate mo is kanang ma-motivate ka and ma-encourage para mas improve or ipadayon nimo. Okay, so number 6 is evaluate and reflect. So, first is review your process. After completing your project, reflect on what went well and what could be improved. So, kanang you need to, ang kanang plan, you need to review kung yun sa nimo and kanang kung unsay kailangan i-improve and kung unsay kailangan na ilisan para mas mahimo dapat yung gamiton para sa ma-learning mo, para maka-learn ka and mas magamit mo pag-grow. Document lessons learned. Record your observations and insights to help you plan future projects more effectively. Kasi siyempre siya sa learn from mistakes kanang mga mistakes nimo nga imong nagamit para sa pag-grow as a craft person. Next is project planning. Project planning first is start small. So begin with simpler projects to build confidence and skills. So in making projects, dili ka dapat muritso sa kanang ng mga high na dapat ka nang sugod ka sa mga simple para dili isod. Next is learn from others. Seek advice from experienced and trust people or online communities. So, in making projects ka lang, you need to seek advice sa mga mas kaibaw na kung mas ka nang naka-experience na para mas ma-improve ang mga projects. Next is be patient. Handicrafts require time and patience. So, in making handicrafts ka nang dili kita siya dadali ka nang you need to require time and patience. So don't get discouraged if things don't go perfectly the first time. Lastly is have fun. Enjoy the process. So dapat in making handicrafts kanang i-enjoy lang yung mo nilito mas stress ana. So handicrafts are a creative outlet that can be both relaxing and rewarding.
So now let's move on to construction of project. So in construction of project, we focus on wood carving.
Wood carving, the art of putting design or pieces of wood. So, muna siya kanang ang design nila sa kahoy. Then, there is the list of common materials needed for wood carving. So, first, wood. Then, choose a type of wood suitable for carving such as basswood, walnut, or mahogany. Then, carving tools. The carving knives, then gadgets, needles, chisels.
So the planning process of wood carving. So first is the project concept and design. So start by defining the purpose of the wood carving project, such as decorative art, furniture, or a functional item. So in selecting a wood type, choose based on the project requirements. So kung magpili ka ni ka dapat kanang based sa requirements nimo. Example, maghimo ka og kanang kahoy. So mag-carve ka adto kanang sandiganan sa katri. So syempre ang importante ana kay gahit jud nga kahoy mo kinahanglan dili ka tong mga kahoy nga dali ra mabali. Kay syempre kanang pangkuan man siya murag higdaan, sandigan, ana. So for beginners, soft woods like basswood or pine are easier to break. So, if bago pa lang mo sa pagganang wood carving, so dapat adto sa mo sa mga humok na kahoy para di mo mag-isod. Para easier sad siya sa pag-carve. So, while hard woods like walnut or mahogany are more challenging but can yield finer details. So, if magkuhan mo to, dapat ka na ato sa soft kay kung magahin na gani, lisod na siya. Pero if gahin ka mga wood ninyo gamiton, kanang kuan man sa siya tibay.
Gathering tools and materials. List the tools and materials needed including carving knives, wedges, chisels, and finishing supplies. Then, sketching or transferring the design. Transfer the design to the wood surface using a pencil, carbon paper, and template. This outline will guide the carving process. So, kung maghimo ka ng wood carving, sa kaning sketches kay mo ni kanang imo ang design nimo imo i-transfer sa kanang kahoy setting up the workplace, arrange a safe, well-lit workspace with a bench, fans or clamps to hold the wood securely. So, kanang dapat daw sa lugar na imong himuan kay dapat safe, then hayag, then dapat ang kahoy kay kanang dili maluwag-luwag. Establishing a carving plan. Plan a sequence of carving steps starting with roughing out large shapes and gradually moving to finer details.
So next is the time management. Estimate the time required for each stage. So allowing room for detailing and final adjustment. So ang pagkanaki mo daw ang curve na daw ka ng mga stages. So if kanang kuha na lang ka final detail, dapat naka-stage na. For example, sa stage 1 kay mo palang yan na magkahoy, sa stage 2 nag-drawing ka ba, sa mga iwat yan, then sa stage 3 nag-kud-kud na ka. So, mo na siya ang time management. Dapat i-manage niyo kay aron ba kanang kung kanos dapat ang schedule na mahuman siya, mahuman na siya nimo. Then final review and adjustment. So, review the design and tools one last time to ensure everything is prepared. So, after nimo magbuhat sa kanang sa wood carving na imong gibuhat, dapat imo jud na siyang imo jud siyang i-check na kanang very kanang kuan nga pagka-check ba kay aron walay mga kanang wala na maayo ba hindi mahuman na siya. Example na nag-order sa imuha ang yung mabati na daw to ang feedback kung wala ni mo gi-check kung maayo ba sila.
Then, preparation of wood. That the wood of the approximate dimension of final piece is necessary. So, kanang inspect the wood, check the nuts, crack, or other flaw that would interfere with carving. So, ito na tanawon ang kanang kahoy kung naman siya yung mga kuan, nuts. Then, secure the wood. Place the wood on a workbench and secure it with vice or clamps to prevent movement. So, mga ito kanina kanang dapat ang imong lugar kay safe. Transfer the design. Draw transfer design with use of pencil to sketch a design. So, the wood surface are transferred using carbon paper or template. So, then outline here. For relief carving, mark different level of each wood to indicate where to remove wood and where to keep areas.
Roughing. Next is roughing. So next is the roughing out the shape. So first is remove large areas of wood. So beginning by making broad, shallow cuts with larger chisel or gouges to remove excess wood. So pag beginning pa lang, pwede pa ka mo gamit sa mga dagko nga kanang chisel. Then next is define basic shapes. So outline the primary form of the design by establishing major contours and forms. So pag kanina steps, imo na din sila iwan ang design kung nabay mga taas nga part dira sa imong i-curve, mga contours or mga form, example pa chord. So dapat tarungon na siya nimo. Then next is the maintain consistency. Keep checking that all sides and angles are made consistent with the design. So, while making, dapat daw kung ano nga, kanang angles kay na kuan gihapon siya nakalinya, gihapon siya sa design, kay kuan siya og mga unnecessary nga mga design na.
Refine the shape. Switch the smaller cross. if applicable. Then check progress. Regularly check the design from different angles to ensure symmetry and proportion.
So next is the detailing. Detailing. So use fine tools for detail. So use small carving knives and big tools for intricate details, lines, and textures. So, di ba, kanang dili man jud pwede nga sa pag-wood carving nato, puro lang mga dagko nga chisel. So, kinahanglan para matarong magamit og mga gagmay nga chisel para mas ma-highlight nato ang ilahang mga design. Then the next is add depth and texture. So, carve in various directions to add dimension and textures to design. So, mag-add daw ka sa mga direction, mag-add ka og mga dimension and texture para sa design. The next is the smooth transition. So, blend areas smoothly where different levels meet to create a cohesive look. So, para matarong nato sila, dapat ka nang tan-awon nimo nga magka-level kung ano ba na silang forma.
Then finishing touches. So apply finish. Choose an appropriate finish based on the project, such as oil, wax, or varnish to protect the wood and bring out its natural color and grain. So di ba kung makamay na? So okay, ato na siyang piniguntan, varnish and brush. Then multiple coats if needed. Apply several coats and decide allowing each to dry and let this between coat for polish look. Then buff and polish, buff the final layer and finish with a soft look to achieve a smooth finish.
So, final inspection and adjustment. So, review for consistency. So, as I've mentioned earlier, kung na dapat i-review dyan mo kung tarong ba na sila. So, examine the piece to ensure all details, proportions, and finishing touches align with the initial design. So, i-check daw nimo kung final na ganun, check nimo kung ang sakto ba sa ang imong nabuhat sa design na imong sketch kay basic naghibat ra. Then next kay make mirror adjustment. So, if necessary, make final touch on detailing or smooth out any remaining rough area. So, kanang lihaan para dili hait. Then next is the cleaning and preservation. So, first is the remove excess dust and residue. So, clean any remaining dust and finishing residues. So, dapat kanang ilighatag ni o ikaman sa kanang imong gi-carve, kanang mura kay siya malimpyo siya ba walay mga abog-abog na nalilit. Kaya kung imo na ibaligya, kanang wala kay bad feedback ingat sa imong mga kanang buyers. Then the last is kanang storage and maintenance. So, store in a dry place to prevent warping or cracking. And consider applying oil or wax periodically to preserve the finish. So if matapos na daw sila, ibutangin mo siya sa dry place. Kanang nay masilungan ba? Di kaya ang bato kumana ka, ilalabiyaan ito sa gawas. So dili na siya pwede kinahanglan. Ibutangin mo siya sa kanang kurang suge sa bayo. So dili siya mauna, dili siya matalisikan. Kaya magabog na na siya. Then also consider applying oil or wax. So di ba makakanindot na pagbutangan mo kurang pahapis or pasinaw para maayo tao na imuhang finished product.